Good morning, everybody. First of all, the influx of Muslim people in my comments is astonishing to me. I am Jewish, but I was raised in a Christian upbringing. And I was also raised in Texas, if that means anything to people outside of the country. But for people who don't understand what that means or what that adds to the conversation, is I was raised in a very conservative red state. I've seen some comments that are like, does the American education system not have comparative religion courses? No, it doesn't. I mean, like, when you get up into college, you can take them, you can elect to take them, but like, no, in no way, shape, or form does our public education system at the high school, intermediate, or elementary level have that. That compounded with the fact that, like, I am Jewish, but I was raised in Christian schools. Not only were we not taught other religions, I wasn't even taught Judaism in my Christian school. Like, the only time Judaism came up was a youth pastor found out that I was Jewish through my maternal line, and through all blessings, he brought Judaism into his trainings on Wednesday nights. And that was what really sparked the fire in me when I was in like 9th grade to start looking into Judaism for myself, because I felt like I had lost out on so much of my own history. And then I'll just admit to ignorance. It never occurred to me to take religion courses. Part of me wonders if that was just like part of the programming of it all, of just like, don't question, because if you question, that is questioning your faith. Like, if you look at other religions, you are questioning things you shouldn't question. You are tempting things you shouldn't tempt. And that's part of Christianity, right? Christianity is like, you don't question. Their faith is, do not question. Faith is, you believe, and you believe in the word of God, you believe in the word of your pastor, and you look down, and that is what you do. And I think that I accidentally let that guide more of my life than I thought. When I fell back into my Jewish upbringing, when I fell back into my Jewish roots in my late 20s, I felt like I found home. And I think one of the funniest things, and heartbreaking in equal measure, is when I fell back into Judaism, it felt like the story before Christianity. It literally felt like a prequel. And I saw somebody comment on here that like the Quran is like part of the trilogy, the Star Wars trilogy, and like, as much as I hate Disney, is that not the truth? Because when I was reading the Torah for the first time, it literally felt like I was in the prequel. Like Christians, man, y'all just came up with your own flavor after us, because like we were the first ones. And it felt like coming home. And the part that I've been very unable to articulate until picking up the Quran 2 days ago is the fact that both Christianity and Judaism have felt incomplete. In 2:139 and in 2:111, there are ideas that I have had my entire life that were affirmed in a way that were clear. One is that it is the same God. Like, Allah is God. God is Allah. They are not two different beings. They're not even two different interpretations. They're the same. They're the same. But on top of that, in Christianity, and even in some in Judaism, there's so much you have to do in order to be a believer. You can't just be a believer. Like, I stopped going to the church in the United States because, like, the church is just inflamed with the words of the devil. Like, I fervently believe that. It is just a fire with hate. And I haven't found a temple that is anti-Zionist until this past week. Like, it never occurred to me, on one hand, to bring it up, because I kind of thought that everybody was anti-Zionist to some level. But up until last week, I never made the connection that anti-Zionism meant, like, stop the apartheid. Again, I'm deprogramming as I'm educating. So I have only had my belief to myself for a very long time, to the point where, for all intents and purposes, from the outside looking in, I'm sure people thought that I didn't have faith. I even struggled with believing I did, knowing in my heart of hearts that I believed that there was a God, but having this intellectual disconnect of like, how do I know that you're real, but I see nothing of you anywhere that proclaims you? I don't know what the journey of reading the Quran will bring to me, but I do know that I'm already seeing things that I feel like are stolen from the Western idea of God. Like we're being blocked. I'm not going to be probably as fun and funny as Megan Rice's videos. I think she's coming at it from a completely different perspective, and I love her perspective, but I think you guys are going to watch deconstruction on my side.